Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. Manchester City 2, Borussia Dortmund 1. What a comeback from Pep Guardiola's side. We're just doing the player ratings today and also talking a bit about the game, not the usual big long talk. Doing a bit of a shorter one. I'm not in the mood for doing a long one today actually, and City played poorly in that first half. That first 45 minutes, there was literally no talking points at all, other than Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez being absolutely poor on each wing. And we've got to stop playing Grealish and Mahrez together. We've got to start playing a front three of Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden supporting Erling Haaland, and we'll get into Erling Haaland as well. He doesn't get man of the match today, actually. I'll give it to Phil Foden because he changed the game. We'll go into that. So starting with Edison, he gets a 6. Not much from Edison in the game, to be honest with you. Made a few little saves here and there. Rice missed a good chance, didn't he? Jude Bellingham had a bit of a chance where I think Edison probably could have done better, but it was just so close in front of him, there's not much he could have done. As the back line for City, I'm rating players mainly on the second half, really, or some of them on the first half as well. Try to combine the both. I thought the back line, Stones and Cancelo, Stones especially, was really poor in that first half, progressing the ball forward, just kept going sideways and backwards. Second half, John Stones scores an absolute screamer, a wonder goal. I do think the Dortmund keeper, Meyer, should have done a lot better for that goal. It was a big mistake by Meyer. Stones gets an 8 out of 10 for that one, I thought. The goal he scored, and then from there on, he really stepped up for the rest of the game. Akanji was brilliant, I thought. Not overly amazing, made some really poor passes. A pass in the first half where, from my end behind the goal, you could just see that the pass was never on, and Akanji tried to make it, and you thought, what is Manuel Akanji doing? So that was an issue for him. Ake, I thought, was decent as well. Cancelo, obviously, the pass to Erling Haaland for the second goal, the winner, is one of the most ridiculous passes you'll see. Joao Cancelo outside the boot. He's just got it in his locker, hasn't he? So an 8 for Cancelo as well at the fullbacks. Ake and Akanji both get 7s. On the going to the midfield, I thought Rodri and Gundogan weren't so good today. Both Rodri and Gundogan weren't so good today. Even in the second half, Gundogan was actually brought off by Pep Guardiola, which is not a very Pep Guardiola substitution. Usually Gundogan, you'd see him stay on forever. But we needed a more progressive passer in there. Bernardo Silva changed the game as well. The 3 substitutions were class from Pep. And it was actually great that Pep has now started to see, you know what, a change is necessary in games. In this game last season, I feel like Pep Guardiola wouldn't have made a change, would he? And we would have stuck with that team time out and time again, and we would have struggled and we would have not got anything from the game. Pep is now realising early, right, we need to change things. We've got the options off the bench to change things, and he did change things. So Gundogan and Rodri, not fantastic. Gundogan came off. On the wings, Grealish and Mahrez both get 4s. They were shocking. Kevin De Bruyne gets man of the match from UEFA. I don't know how. I've given him a 5. I thought he was pretty poor as well, just slightly better than Grealish and Mahrez. De Bruyne, I mean, my last few ratings for De Bruyne in the last few games have been poor. De Bruyne is nowhere near his level. Grealish is a talking point, a massive talking point around City fans, the world of football at the moment. I was listening to the radio on the way back, and from the game, they were really ripping into Jack Grealish. I just don't get, Pep Guardiola, please, play Jack Grealish in midfield. Give him that chance there, because I think he would suit him more. He's so wasted on that left-hand side. Mahrez at his time, I think, at City. No excuses for Mahrez being poor. Grealish has had, it's just his first season. He's been injured to start this one. I do think he'll come good this year, Jack Grealish. I think we're being very, very harsh on him. But give him a chance in midfield. De Bruyne's not playing well. Maybe take De Bruyne out for a game and put Grealish in there. Him and Bernardo Silva, Grealish seem to have a really good connection. Bernardo Silva is absolutely fantastic. Came on today. He's absolutely everywhere. He's winning the ball back. He's playing passes. He's beating players. He's winning the ball back. He's making passes. He's creating chances. He's beating players. He's just a joy to watch, Bernardo Silva. One of the best players in the City side at the moment. And that goes for Julian Alvarez as well. Julian Alvarez with what was a real impressive cameo. Changed the game for City. Brings bags of energy. And I'll tell you what, he harried and he chased and he closed the Dortmund players down. Yes, he gave away a few fouls. But every time he lost the ball, Alvarez, and he lost it maybe once or twice, that was it. He's on him straight away, working hard to try and win it back. You don't see that from a lot of players, actually. And Alvarez does do that. Mahrez doesn't do that. Alvarez does do that. And Phil Foden came off the bench. He gets an 8 also. Made a massive difference to the game, Phil Foden. Like I said, the 3 substitutions, fantastic. Phil Foden started the season slowly, but I tell you what, in that Sevilla game, he showed his quality. And he showed his quality again today. And I expect him to show his quality against Wolves on the weekend. Phil Foden is going to the very top, isn't he? We know the quality he has. I think he's just taken a bit of time perhaps to adapt. I don't know if Phil Foden, personality-wise, isn't too happy with Erling Haaland taking on the limelight, but I tell you what, Phil Foden can shine his own right as well. And City are a team of superstars, aren't they? So we got the goal through John Stones. I mean, the Dortmund goal, the Jude Bellingham one, I thought Bellingham had a really good game for Dortmund. Also, a big shout-out to Dortmund's defender, Mats Hummels, who even, you know, an experienced player, not known to be one of the best players in the world anymore in his position. He made some crucial interceptions. At one point, I think it was Phil Foden put a cross across the box. It could have been Phil Foden. It could have been, yeah, I think it was Phil Foden. Erling Haaland sliding in. And Matt Hummels, with the slightest of touches, just takes it out of Haaland's path. Wonderful, wonderful interception. So Matt Hummels played fantastic for them. Guerreiro was pretty good at left back as well, I'd say. He's one that's been linked with City. Bellingham, we all know how good Jude Bellingham is, and he played well again today. It brings a lot of energy, Bellingham. And he's got that bit of an edge to him, hasn't he, Jude Bellingham? That I do like about that. City do like that sort of player with a bit of edge. I think Calvin Phillips brings that. He came on putting some crunching challenges in Calvin Phillips. Bellingham even started on Phil Foden at the end. A bit of a push and shove between those two. And then, of course, City got the goal in the 80th minute through John Stones, an absolute screamer. It was very, very similar to that Vincent Kompany goal, wasn't it, against Leicester City. The keeper should have done better, like I said before. And Maya, he seems to reach out and think, oh, it's going over the bar. He pulls his hand away. It's in the back of the net. He's really poor for the keeper. You'd rather see, I mean, as a Dortmund fan, if you're a Dortmund fan, you'd rather see the keeper push that over the bar and risk giving away a corner than thinking, you know what, I won't risk a corner, and then getting one put in the back of his net. That was really poor. Erling Haaland, is there any more words to describe how good this man is? I mean, the goal he scored was absolutely unbelievable. That is just... City in the Champions League over the years, City have really struggled in the Champions League, haven't we? And I've said for a very long time, and I've said it on the channel before, City lack a player who can create something from nothing in the Champions League. Teams that won the Champions League, not all of them, but you think of Barcelona with Neymar. Neymar can do anything at any point. Mbappe can do anything at any point. Messi and Ronaldo can create anything from nowhere. We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo against Juve when he was playing at Real Madrid. The ball comes in, they're not playing so well at Real Madrid, and he scores that overhead kick. That is the sort of player that City lack, and we've got that now in one of the best in the world, Erling Haaland. He will score from nothing, and that was nothing. I mean, yes, the ball from Cancelo is absolutely unbelievable. Outside the boot pass, majestic cross by Joao Cancelo. But Erling Haaland then has so much to do, and like the Johan Cruyff goal against Atleti many years ago, and Pep Guardiola mentioned that in his press conference, the ball comes over. How he manages to get his leg that high, at 6'5" anyway, leg that high, and he heels it into the top corner. Acrobatic, flexible, whatever you want to call it, is inventive from Erling Haaland. And just how many goals will he score this season? We say that in every single episode of this now, where I do a little match day review. How many goals will Haaland score this season? And apparently, if Man City make it to every single final of every competition, that's 4, and Erling Haaland plays every single game, the rate he's currently at, he will finish the season with 102 goals. That shows the form he's in at the moment. Now, whether he keeps up that form is another question. It's going to be very difficult. I think he's going to drop off at some point. He's probably going to get injured at some point. That is just in Haaland's remit. He does get injured. Luckily for City, we've got Julian Alvarez, who's absolutely fantastic and step right in there. So that is a talking point if Haaland does get injured. But he is just unbelievable at the moment. We need him. We need him so much because he can just score from absolutely anywhere. Anything, I mean, the defensive partnership, I spoke a little bit about Ake and Akanji. I was very impressed with, actually. Not the two biggest centre-backs in the world, not known for their physical play. Akanji's pretty quick. He got sat down by Rice at one point, but Akanji, really aggressive, chasing the man right up to every single Dortmund player. Ake, he's just such a solid player, Nathan Ake. Very, very underrated. I'm very happy with that City performance. Pep Guardiola gets an 8 because he made the changes. Calvin Phillips got to 6 because he came on and did a couple of crunching challenges. I think we'll see a bit more of Phillips now that he's ready. It was his home debut. Perhaps we'll see Phillips against Wolves. And don't be surprised if we see Rodri and Phillips sitting in a double pivot at some point in this Manchester City side. That is coming. Let us know in the comments down below your player ratings. Let us know what you thought of the game, what you think was, about Haaland's goal and so on. Some interesting things like that. And always ask any questions in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Join the We Are City membership club. Bronze level club. You get to see, extended episodes of all the episodes we upload, gaming content. If you join the silver club, you see everything early. We'll see you guys after this little short video here next time.